bitch. I ain't been live in a minute. I've been just living my life. But I was told to get on live really quick this morning and say what the dream I had last night. So the dream was pretty normal, whatever. But I went to Hawaii and I was like, yo, you know what's next, right? And I told the lady, I was like, it's flies. It's going to be real bad. I said, the pestilence is going to be real bad this year. Wherever I was at the point in time. So pestilence is going to be another huge thing after everything dries up. Pestilence, famine, plagues, right? That's how it went. Pestilence, famine, plagues. And the plagues, I broke my nose, so that was something else. And the plagues are going to be really bad. You know how the monkeypox is right now? It's going to be 10 times worse. It's going to be like the Black Death plague that came back in the 1800s. But the thing is, they're not going to speak about it a lot. But I'm not worried about that shit. What? I'm not worried about that. So that's what I see coming. Plagues and pestilence. Lots of bugs. I see a lot of bugs. I asked this morning, I was like, hey, can you just confirm with me? Can you confirm with me that it's going to be pestilence? Because I'm like, I'm not going to just speak something without talking to nature first. I walk outside, 2 crows flying above me, 222. Weird. 2 crows flying above me, 222. At 222 right now. And then I get down, I get my Starbucks order, and I go sit outside for some reason, just sit in the sun. And I see 3 bugs circling each other. 3 little gnats circling each other. And I was like, that's weird. Why wouldn't they be with the big group that's over there? The big group is a huge little gnat circle. But 3 separated itself and started making like this little figure 8. The signs, it was clear to me. Chikla. Honey. The signs was clear to me. So pestilence. I'm not gonna make anything up. I'm not even gonna pull it from the stars. I'm just gonna let it do what it do, because this is it's about to get really bad. I don't know. I gotta read the playbook again. See if y'all can make it. But I did put up a force field and a bubble around where I am. Within a certain mile radius of where I am, I did put up a force field bubble. Which here, I'll change her. Yeah, might be. I get so caught up. Hold on, y'all. Always in my face. How can you see me? Hungry too. I just gave her the croissant, so I'll give her more food. Thirsty then. Yummy. She ate that whole dang on croissant. I got her water. Always in my face. So I can be seeing it. No. No. Yummy. Always in my face. Got me in it. You wash your hands. Where's your water at? That I put on the couch. Water. Water. Mwah. Where is it? Where? Still no water? No. Dang. I missed it again. Go ahead. Cancel it. Hold on, let me get you chocolate milk. Oh, it's my cake. Chocolate. Let's get you some chocolate. Yeah! There you go. Chocolate milk. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else? Okay, I just talked about yesterday. Yesterday at the dialysis clinic, I had a birthday. I walked out of there. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so depressing." I was like, "This shit is hella fucking depressing." I was like, "God, I'm already fucking low, but you knock my ass, you fucking rock my ass into the ground, bro." I was like, "Bitch, I can't get no lower. I can't get no lower." It, knock my ass. You smell what the motherfucking rock is cooking. Rock my ass. Back to the fucking reality. It was like, bitch, I'm living hella high up in the sky. No, for real. Like ever since I like got on dialysis now, I have been coming lower and lower to earth. Like I literally have been like shrinking. So the sun no longer looks like the eye. It looks like just like a far away dot now. I was hella mad. I was like, what? Does that mean you're taking away my powers? But no, I had to pick some people up. My son, well, he's not really my son, but like he's a son of mine. He was in that dialysis clinic. He died, and he said that Jesus saved him. He was like trying to preach to me. He was like, I've been on dialysis. He owed me. He's like, since I was 35, and I had a peritoneal dialysis, and they got infected. And Jesus saved me, and he showed me a picture of what he saw and stuff like that. I was like, I knew I was coming here to pick somebody up, but I forgot who. I forgot who I was picking up. And then I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's my son. He's a prophet. And dialysis is really, that's hooking up you up to the machine. That's making you a part of the matrix. That's making you a part of the fucking system. But I'm gonna find a fucking cure about it. Anyway, I ended up, being hella low yesterday. Like, I was hella motherfucking low. I was crying up a motherfucking storm. And I was like, oh shit, now I fucking hit Fiji. I was like, fuck. I was like, I gotta stop crying. I gotta stop crying sad tears, y'all. I have linked it. When I cry sad tears, something big happens the next day. It's like, not the next day, but like, following up. Because it's like, as much as you cry down here, as above, so below, the water got to find this balancing act, to stay with the yin and yang. I started crying sad tears. I was like, right outside the dialysis clinic. Damn near flooded that place. From a spiritual standpoint, I damn near flooded that shit. I was so sad. I was so sad. And no comfort, nobody like giving me a little, it's okay, it's okay, being babied a little bit. It was more like suck the shit up. It's your fucking life now, bitch. It wasn't like a very like, it's gonna be okay. I didn't get that shit. I did have flashbacks, like I was in this moment before. And Steve was walking me through it. Steven Cheddar, he was walking me through what was happening. And I'm just like praying. I'm like, what path am I on? Can I switch this shit? Like, I was like, what path am I on? Like, I need to go do my cards at a crossroad because I don't know what the fuck path I'm on now. And my higher self was like, yo, lead by faith, not by sight. You don't need to see everything that I'm doing. You need to see, you don't need to see this shit. Let me take care of it. I was like, bro, I'm back here. I'm getting hit big. I cried hella hard in my soul. I was like, Baba, I'm hurt. I was like, Baba, I'm hurt. I was like, I'm hurt. And it came up from the ground like a seed through these big sunflower seeds. And the sunflower seeds were acting like like a um like a voice or like a speaker box, the sunflowers. And I was screaming. I was like, Baba. I was like, Baba, I'm hurt. Help me. I need help. And I was like, Baba, why would you? I was like, are you going to let them crucify me like they crucified me back in the day? I was like, every lifetime. I was telling him, I was like, Baba, are you really going to let them kill me this time? I was like, are you really going to allow them to take my life again after all that I've been through? In this life, in the last life, in the last life, I was like, I remember it all. I was like, I remember being crucified with word. I remember 13. I remember being crucified with word. I remember being crucified with stones. I remember being, killed with this. And I was like, Baba, don't let them do that to me this lifetime. It's like, it's not that it's not fair, but it's like, I'm tired of being a sacrificial lamb in this lifetime. They don't listen. They don't care. They don't care about the love shit. They don't give a fuck. I was like, let me go about my shit. And, I ended up switching it because I was like, you know what? If I were my Baba, I wouldn't want to hear somebody screaming and complaining about it. I would just be like, damn, you know what? Whatever you got planned, let it happen. Shit. Let the cards unfold as they will. I switched it because I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being a victim of, a victim of the spirit. That's the thing, a victim of the spirit. I'm tired of being a victim of the spirit. I'm not gonna be the victim of the spirit. I'm just gonna take what I get, knock the shit out, do my dialysis, do my peritoneal shit, call it a motherfucking day. Call it a motherfucking day and just move on. Because I'm not about to sit there and act like, a victim to God. Because I'm not a victim. I'm very strong. I'm very capable. I know that this dialysis thing ain't gonna last always, taking it day by day. So yeah, I was praying and I was crying and I switched it up and I was like, you know what, God, get it. I trust whatever you got going for me, whether I die at the end of this shit, whether I get, healed, whether, that whatever happens, I'm here for it. I was like, I'm ready to put my boxing gloves and Mike Tyson and shit and bite niggas' ears off cause I'm not gonna go down without a fight. I'm gonna use this happiness that I have planted inside my heart to create music, to create things. I was like, no matter what happens, no matter what trials you give me, I'm doing this shit. Tell me what I said. I'm gonna close my eyes and you just tell me what to do and I do it. I said I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna pray and you gonna tell me what to do. So I ended up from that moment on turning from the sunflowers. I birthed out of the fucking sunflowers, y'all. Like my whole soul came out of the sunflowers and I was just like wrapped in this like cocoon energy from the sunflowers. And it was just like this sticky cotton candy energy. And I was wrapped up and I was hung from the sun. So it was like a little hook like this. And they put me on the sun. So now I'm sitting in a cocoon and I was very, very low in the atmosphere. It was like I was a grain of sand because I was hurt so bad. Like when I got on dialysis, the energy within me reverted back to a grain of sand. So I had to find my way back up from the grain of sand because that's where I go when I'm scared or sad. I automatically shrink myself so low that there's no really coming back. But I always find a way back from a grain of sand through the water. You water the sunflowers. Through the sunflowers, then I can come back to life. Or through the trees or whatever. Hi, baby. What is this? What is this? Oh my God, it's so good. Let me put some water on it. Let me see. What? You know how to cook like this? Good job. You need some clothes on. You cold? Good? It's good? It's good? Nummy. Oh, damn. So, go get it. Nummies. Yeah. No. Blah, 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 blah. Blah. Imprisoned 4 fallen angels under the Euphrates River. He talking about the Euphrates River. I've been talking about the Euphrates. I was like, that shit about to already dried up in 2012 or something like that. 2009. But now it's getting real dry. So the energy that was in the Euphrates, let me just talk about this for a second, wasn't supposed to come out of the Euphrates unless an emergency happened. So let's say Mother Earth takes form as a body of Christ, right? You can always dictate what's going to happen in the world by listening to the body of Christ. You can pinpoint down to the T that it's going to happen in Jacksonville, Mississippi, if you listen. Ooh, look at what Angel did. This is her abstract art done by Angel Grace. It actually shows a prophecy of a man walking or on a horse walking through the mountains to get to a flower. The flower in the back. She's really good at prophecy drawing. I noticed that in her art. Very prophetic stuff she writes. Anyway, by pinpointing what is angering, like if you say the kidneys, you have to figure out what's going on. Chocolate. Stop. I don't want to talk about that anymore. You know what's happening in the fucking world. Y'all see it. I'm not going to talk about that shit. But I am going to talk about how after I got strung up in the cocoon, I stayed there and I'm still in that cocoon season, which is a form of protection. So pestilence is next. With all that dry water and dry stuff, it's going to be rotting out of the oceans. Things are going to be rotting now, and then that's going to bring the locusts, the flies, all the bugs are going to get really a lot. And it may be overwhelming for the farmers. Not just the farmers, but a lot of the, cities too. Of course, now we're having this fucking water shortage. But it's like weird. Like, just, it rains all over the fucking world. Just collect some fucking big old buckets of water. Dang, how hard is that? And then let me see if we got anything else on the docket, on the socket, on the pocket. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Mother Mary came in my dream, but she was this bright white energy, like hella white. White. Like almost to where you had to not even look at her because you had to squint your eyes. You're like, what the fuck? And I went to Andrew Hosier's house. And I stood in his, like, it's like a little room. I don't know. It's not a bedroom. And I stood in his room. And I don't know why. I was talking in this light and I was like, why have you forsaken me? As Mother Mary. And I was like, why have you forsaken me? And then I don't remember what happens from there, but it was just like this really bright white light. And then he was standing in the corner, leaning against the wall, head in his hands like this. And I go, why have you forsaken me, my son? And I don't know what that's all about, but I guess I'll figure it out. While I'm waiting, I'm going to just do my cards and then call it a day. Always in my face, talking this and that. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the judgment zone. You are being judged by Christ. So I don't know what that was about with Andrew. Peter, Paul, Mark, Matthew, all them motherfuckers was coming out of the graves, bro. All of the souls of the persecuted, the ones that were persecuted in the back in the day that the stories were created off of in the Bible, they all started coming up out of the ground. Like resurrection. And then they went into their vessels. And I was like, damn, so y'all been awake? Y'all been woke? But a lot of these men and women, because it's not just men, you got Magdalene, Mary Magdalene, all of them, they was coming out of the graves and going to the new vessels, almost as if they were waking up from a slumber. And they went into the bodies of the individuals, and the individuals started like glowing, like Mother Mary was glowing. They were glowing like that, but like a star energy, more of a star. Always in my face. So that was pretty cool to see. The resurrection is going good. You know what? I'm not about to take this one, but I am gonna point this out. I got that death card coming in riding on a horse, but I got the strength card and the holding up and holding on to the good things that you have right now, and using that strength, because death ain't the only option. But I'm talking about resurrection right now, so that it's beautiful to see the death card pop up. I'm talking about resurrection. Resurrection. I see something happening hella fast, okay? Something hella fast coming in, bro. Some fast shit coming in. The Hermit with the communication. Okay. All right. So the husbands of the heavens, though, is gonna bring in a communication that I need to be very thoughtful of. It's not just like the communication, like ring a ding ding, hello. It's more of a like, you got to pay attention to nature. You got to pay attention to what's going on around you. You have to listen to the spirit, because whatever happens is a way to confirm something else is coming. Something else is coming. What is she need? While the kids are at play, Queen of Swords is stopping some sort of play within a play within a play within a play that is war. I don't know if you understand what that means, but all the world's a stage. But if a certain amount of people get together and they want to change the narrative, they write new scripts internally, which changes the stars in the collection. Now the Queen of Swords comes in and shuts that shit down. So all of the communication, the plays within a play within a play within a play, that's a secret society, by the way. A secret society ain't this big mysterious motherfucking shit. Shakespeare was a part of a play within a play within a play, which is the secret society, which you initiate when you go and you read Shakespeare in high school and elementary school. You're initiating into that. So most of the people who went into theater, they were initiates within a secret society. Okay, you didn't know that. And so it's almost as if the person who picks up and reads and does the stuff, like a monologue and all that kind of stuff, they're tapping into communication channels really quick, which in turn taps into the goddess's channel. And the goddess is like, oh, this person's really good at channeling. Let me go figure out what they're about. So it's another way to initiate into the dark arts without having to be initiated through collegiate level shit like letters and shit. Acting, music, all that other stuff is its own form of initiations. And the initiations mostly happen within the spirit, and most of them are just. So certain egos take over these initiations, and the egos block the blessing of the other people so that they can't push forward past the darkness of that person's ego. So this is why if a really good person came online and he would challenge the the person's ego, he would challenge it like David and Goliath from a spiritual standpoint, and then be able to get the rest of the initiates out of that dark hole. But if nobody was willing to challenge because they're afraid, then everybody suffered. So David standing up to Goliath is very important. Okay. So if you ever worked in the theater, most likely you were initiated without your understanding, or your spirit was initiated because the blackness is what we initiate. We don't initiate the physical body. In spiritual or in the theater, I rarely initiated the physical body unless you were like fucking Chris Evans or fucking someone really who has a pure spirit who needs a lot of fucking protection. Because Hollywood will fuck you up. The pedophiles and the fucking rapists and the fucking shit that's where the roaches were. That's where the motherfucking roaches were. Up in Hollywood. They took a hold of the fucking consciousness and started fucking this shit up. Motherfuckers. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about that. No, I'm not taking this shit. I love the cards. They're just so cute. I want more cards. Yeah, see, I was just talking about the to be or not to be, the very young, spry, like artists to come and pour their soul and their hearts out, channeling other people's art. So that was cute. That was cute. And this guy that I follow online, he's just this he look like a monkey. He a white dude, got big old freaking ears. I follow him on TikTok. He came in my dream. I was like, it's always the nerdiest of the nerdiest. It's always the nerdiest ones. Yeah, he came up in my dream. Oh, we had a pool party. He came to a pool party. Strange. I don't remember his name. We got a 4 of Wands. Some sort of celebration is happening. Are we going to do it after the pestilence or during, when everything's falling, huh? We got to balance that out. Okay, let's see. Chicla, you want your chocolate milk? Always in my face, talking this and that. Here go the King of Swords swooping in with some plans. He's making plans. These plans are beautiful. We got the Queen of Swords over here with the Hermit, keeping her in the dark about something. Keeping the Queen of Swords in the dark and communicating with the earth while he's making plans. What kind of plans he got going on? He got the Page of Swords. Give me 1 second. Hold the fuck up. I'm coming. I'm coming. He's looking at new ways to communicate. This very like youthful energy. But he's not wanting it to be like all talk and no actions, or like hasty. He wants to come in with some really organized communication. Very enthusiastic. Oh wow, new way of bringing something. A new thought pattern. Always in my face. All right, what else we got, spirits? While I'm on, look, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for my highest self. The highest self is happy because she already sees the future, but we're playing cards. And I want to see what she could do from the cards. I always get this card. Leading by faith, not by sight. Lead by faith, not by sight. I can't see the future, bro. I used to be able to just open the future up and just see. Now what I see is, in my dreams, I see the future. But in waking reality, I just see like pinpoints of every point in time. You know, it's almost like I'm calculating. I'm constantly calculating throughout the day what's happening. You know, it's like ever evolving, 555, ever evolving. Like it's not like a set in stone direction. You know, I'm just picking what the universe is saying. You know how free will is? Free Willy is. Look, I'm getting all these dang on pages today. A surprise is coming from the stars. A surprise is coming from the stars. I'm getting so many pages today. Very. No, are we gonna do one more? All right. No? Okay. Sure. A surprise is coming down from the stars. I'm putting that on the queen side. Surprise. What could the surprise be? I'm not taking that right now. Yeah. Yeah, me? Yeah, I talked to Nona this morning when I went to the coffee. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm done. The sun and the sword. The sun and the sword. I got a sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 swords. I got 6 swords. Well, I'm going to line these up in my eye. With the Ace of Swords and the Sun, I'm seeing victory over an opponent. And the getting, the sunflowers that I spoke about. This might be the card that I was looking for. The sun. I keep seeing black feathers. And I woke up this morning. Hey, girl. Hey, baby. Hi, Cloud. Okay, here. Put this in your cart. Put this in your cart. Yeah, chocolate milk. Yeah, put that in your cart. There you go, girl. Bye. Thank you for coming to the grocery store. As I was saying, look at the sunflowers. And I talk about the cocoon hanging from the sunflowers, which when it's birth, of course, it would be birth, rebirth. And then the horse, which I talked about here, I see a man on a horse going through the mountains. A man on a horse going through the mountains. It's all connecting, yo. This victory that comes from the sun. Sekhmet is sending a message about burning the shit down, and it's done. She wants me to give her the reins to stop. So if she could stop burning shit down or keep burning shit, What do you think, Baba? Keep burning until I say stop. Keep burning until I say stop. Don't give them the time of day. You will know the time nor the hour. Mm-hmm. I'll lay in my face so I can listen to it. No bullshit. Bill. So, what are you reading now? Hey, I got access into something. This is God code, man. I cleared the cache of all of the kids. Shit. Let me put this up. Within the system. Deleting all of the code within the system takes a fine pan of blood. And since you took mine, it's only fair that I take yours. Signed, Queen of Heaven and Earth, Isis. Cool little pen. All blood in here. It's red. So I had seen 3 black feathers yesterday, which is a sign of divine protection. I read, but it's also meaning that yummy. Something to do with yummy. Ooh. Ooh. These are pretty. You did a good job. You did a good job. Your use of color. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your use of color. Good job. Okay. 3 black feathers. 3 black feathers. And I'm gonna go. You know how we go to Google to decide what something means? Like someone says, "Oh, I saw a cow crossing the road." What does that mean? They go to Google. If you go into the archives, it's not an archive of internet. It's an archive of the spirit. You get a better understanding. Google is just like the algorithm coming up with the most likely version, even though it's written by man, you know? So for me, I go up there and I'm like, okay, 3 black feathers signify Mother, Maid, and Crone, of course, but on the dark side, right? So Mother, Maid, and Crone on the black side. I picked up one of the feathers and left the other 2. So that means that one of the 3 will be Iyami. You know, one of the 3 will be Iyami. The other 2 are going to be like the free entities that are able to do what they want. Iyami is structured government, right? Whoever holds the black feather, structured government. The other 2 are going to be the wild cards. So within the shadow world, The wild cards are able to break all the rules in order to bring order. So they can do the bad stuff. They can be bad because they have to balance the good. So that's my way of interpreting that. Let me see. Let me see if I have any other thing. They're all tagging in. They're like, "Where have you been? Where have you been? Good job being sad. Been sad. Look at that. It's in my main vein. Anyway, it don't matter. It's just a play. Whatever. And I got a new phone yesterday so that I could do my shit. Um, what else we got? Something about credit cards and the bank systems falling, coming under. All the money is about to go because China purchased the United States debt and thought that they could take over the United States through their debt system because they were indebted to them. But really, they just took all the sins. The debt of a society is a sin. When you is in debt to the universe, that means you have so much sin. So if you would have found a way to repent for those sins, but that's a lot of sin. You're taking a sin off of the United States and putting it on your back, and now you're in debt. So debt, you can't be in debt to the universe. So now the universe has to respond correctly, especially since we heard about they wanted to have a new sun. They wanted to build their own sun and launch their own sun in the universe. So you trying to build Christ? That pissed me off too. But anyway, they done. Um, you gotta pay that debt back. If they pay the debt back, the shit will go back to normal. The debt is really big though, because the United States killed the Native Americans, the people that was on the land, and lied to them and put all this false programming inside of them. So it isn't until you speak up for the rights of the people that your rights will come back. Because you thought that you was gonna rule the United States, but you didn't know that we don't rule like you rule. We rule differently. We rule differently. And we rule with an iron fist. All the clans on the land. There's about to be an earthquake. She keeps telling me about these earthquakes. She keeps saying they hella big. She's like, they are big. She goes, ain't a safe place on this planet. But where you are, she goes, they big. She goes, they really big. Say if they start in the south and then they move up north. She goes, it has to rebalance. She goes, as soon as you got on the disabled list, they disabled. That means they disabled the connection, between body and earth is put turned off. So now they have to restructure, which means they have to shake up the energy within the earth in order to move it back to, it's like being a chiropractor for the universe. The universe is going to go see a chiropractor now to go realign the body. I'm not going to go see a chiropractor. I need to see a herbalist. Mm, okay. So I need y'all to help me find three things. Three things, Waldo. An herbalist that was is going to help me, an autoimmune specialist, and a chemist to be aligned in my path. An autoimmune specialist, an herbalist, and a chemist. We're going to combine herbal and chemistry together to cure autoimmune disease. We need to shut off a valve within, but it's a plant that I don't remember. I have to study. It's a plant that will shut off all disease within the body. And I just don't know what plant it is. So I need to work with the herbalist. She's talking about some sort of doomsday prophecy has been rewritten into side A and side B. Side A is going to be where the kids are located. Side B is where going to be the famine and the pestilence and stuff like that. The closer you are to the mother, the closer you are to A, side A. The further away you are is going to be side B. Now take into context how we have multiple mothers throughout the universe, 13 of them to be exact. They'll be forming 13 domes around cities, and the closer you are to that light and understanding the matriarchal tree, the more likely your chances are to survive what God has prepared next. And in all this, death is bringing you closer to life. But be wary of the strangers you meet on the street because not all of them are interested in seeing you survive. Sometimes it's about pulling you into the death. So take life a little bit more serious for a little bit. Try not to go to clubbing too much. Try not to, go out to eat too much. Try to focus on developing your internal bond with God and pushing it outward so that you can see correctly what's in front of you. The map is written in Job Square 444. Hey, chicka! Hey, come go on! Hey,
you little baby. Hey, you little July. Miko, oh, Miko, honey. Miko, honey. They're my baby. They're my 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 honey. Go, go, go. They're my baby. They're my honey. They're my baby. Mm-hmm. I love you. No. You boo boo? Uh, Back to channeling. Hold on. This is on a 4. Okay, we're okay. How can you say that you are of God if you don't have faith? No, bakala. You could be an atheist, Hindu, Buddhist, but as long as internally you had faith, then it has prepared you for the war ahead. Granted, light and dark had to be balanced within your heart in order to understand it's not the religion of man, but the religion of soul. It is the structuring of your soul to create a temple for God to dwell within. And the ones who built the best temples for God to dwell in were the ones who were made kings and queens because they structured their reality where the internal mattered more than the external. So that's why they flipped it on their ass 69 to where they made the external more important than the internal because they didn't want to see God's temples to be built. But the perseverance and the dedication of the children led to a marathon where everybody was building together to build one beautiful monument to God. They didn't need a whole bunch of smaller monuments. They did one big monument, and it's located in the United States. And in the United States is will be God's country, and God will live within this land as He has in the beginning of time, as she has in the beginning of time. And that's going to restart the world once we build it here. Once we build it, they will come. There's going to be a huge shakeup financially in my life. For real. Keep talking. It's going to be a huge shakeup. And it's going to allow me the motivations with the funds to create some beautiful light, almost lighthouses. All the crystals will come to me. All of the most important crystals will be in my possession. And I will hand them out the way they're supposed to. All the art pieces that my children did, they was making it for their mama, not for y'all. All the gold and the wealth of the world will come to me and I will distribute it back the way it's supposed to be, based on lineage and name. There's going to be a daddy in every city, every state, every or like collection, because it's not really a state. Everyone's going to have a collection of both feminine and masculine rule. The feminine are going to rule the dark energies. They're going to rule the spirit. They're going to rule the soul, the teaching of the children from a spiritual standpoint. Very Harry Potter type shit. They're going to be able to
to create that shit with the help of the masculines. But the masculines have to rule together with the spirit, but grounded in the physical, like, Congress and state and all that kind of stuff, resetting it up to where the shadows represent the physical world. The shadows in them are one. So I'm pushing through the feminine, through the dark side, all the lesson plans, and then the masculine is supposed to take that dark side and reconfigure it into their rule. And they're supposed to be able to have their light side, reconfigure it into the rule and balance the nature out. And the feminine is supposed to nurture and love the land, back to the fields, back to touching the ground, back to massaging the earth, back to the planting of the earth. Everybody's going back outside. Everybody's going back outside. Motherfucker, if it be TP, it be TP. Nigga, everybody, even me, we don't have to go outside. We gonna have, you ain't gonna be no camping shit. It's gonna be back to the dirt, back to try to build up our tolerance and shit like that. Because the plagues that's coming, although it's gonna be on side B, it could seep into side A. So we need to be one with the earth. We need to be one with the ground. So we need to ground ourselves. Camping, you call it camping, but we need to be on the ground. We need to be sleeping on the ground for a time being. We need to be grounded in that energy, and homelessness and stuff like that. Some people haven't been able to feel that pain, that power from being homeless. I felt that pain. That was the worst. I felt that shit. I don't like it. I'm just channeling. And the lesson that we have learned, we will pass it on through word and communication with each other. And it's going to be this rainbow that appears over a city, which already, that is where I will make a throne. So that city must be demolished to start over. She's calling out grace, love, faith, hope, endurance, strength, and hardship. I want you to get wings like eagles and fly over it. Show me. Show everybody by dropping on their heads love, faith, size, hardship, endurance, balancing that shit out. I think a masculine has found her light and and is providing more connection is what I'm feeling. Now even God was punished. All right, I'm gonna have to get off. It's getting a little wild in there.